Class 11th, Subject Physics, 10th chapter, Electrostatics. From this chapter, let us see the electric field intensity at a point on the equatorial line of an electric dipole. So in this point, we will have to obtain an expression for the electric field intensity at a equatorial point of an electric dipole. In order to obtain that expression, let us consider an electric dipole consisting of two equal and opposite charges minus q and plus q situated at points A and B respectively. The length of the electric dipole AB equal to 2L. Therefore, distance AC equal to L and distance BC is also equal to L, as C represents the center of the electric dipole. Then this line CP is passing through the center of the electric dipole and it is perpendicular to its axial line. Therefore, CP represents the equatorial line. Now, along that equatorial line, let us consider a point P at a distance equal to r from the center of the electric dipole, at which we have to find out the electric field intensity due to this electric dipole. Then let us join PA and PB. Now these 2 points A and B will be equidistant from point P. Therefore PA will be equal to PB. Now let this angle made by PB with this AB equal to theta. If this angle is theta, now this plus Q charge will give rise to electric field intensity EB at point P, which will be directed away from the charge or away from the electric dipole. Similarly, at point P, the electric field intensity EA will be due to minus Q charge, which will be directed towards the charge or towards the electric dipole, that is EA. Now, the resultant of these two electric field intensities will be parallel to this electric dipole AB. So here AB and this EP will be parallel. Then this EB will be along line PB, and therefore as this angle is theta, this will be theta. Similarly, as these two sides are equal, therefore as this angle is theta, this will be theta. Then for this AB and for EP, these two for parallel lines, this AP will represent intersection, and therefore this angle will be again theta, similar to this, because alternate angles. So distance CP is taken as R, and now due to this perpendicular line, we will get here two right angle triangles also will be useful for further geometry. Now remember, EA is the electric field intensity at point P due to minus Q charge, and EB is the electric field intensity at point P due to plus Q charge. Now the electric field intensity at point P due to charge minus Q. At point P, due to that charge minus Q, the electric field intensity at that point A will be given as EA equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 minus Q upon AP square into unit vector PA as equation number 1. So in vector form, electric field intensity EA is expressed. Similarly, the electric field intensity at point P due to charge plus Q at point B will be given as EB equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 1 upon BP square into unit vector PB, equation number 2. But from geometry we know that AP equal to BP, and therefore as these two distances BP and AP are equal, the charges are having their same magnitude, and therefore we can say that magnitude of electric field intensity EA must be equal to magnitude of electric field intensity EB. EA must be equal to EB. Now from triangle APC, from this triangle APC, from this right angle triangle, using Pythagoras theorem we can say that AP square will be equal to PC square plus AC square. This AP square will be equal to PC square plus AC square, and that AP square will be equal to R square plus L square, and therefore we can write here AP square equal to PC square plus AC square, that is R square plus L square, and that will be the value of BP square. So for this BP square, same R square plus L square from this triangle we will get, and therefore we can say that here the magnitude of vector EA equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon R square plus L square, and the magnitude of vector EB will be also equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon R square plus L square. So both magnitudes are here same. Now these vectors will be now resolved, that is EB as well as EA will be resolved into its perpendicular components, and therefore that resolution is shown in the second diagram. So let us consider that point P lies here. So this is the point P from the above figure. Then this will be EP. This is the electric field vector EB, and this is EA. Now first of all we will resolve this EB vector, which makes angle theta with this horizontal, so that when this EB is resolved into two perpendicular components, its one component will be along y-axis and second component will be along x-axis. Now from this triangle, if we find out this side, so this side will be opposite side to that angle theta, and therefore the value of this side will be in terms of hypotenuse into sine theta. Now hypotenuse is EB and into sine theta. This side will be parallel to this, and therefore this component is EB sine theta. It is similar to this opposite side. Therefore vertically upward directed component of EB will be EB sine theta. Now this horizontal component will be adjacent side. So adjacent side will be equal to hypotenuse into cos theta, and therefore this component will be EB cos theta. So in this way vector EB is resolved into two perpendicular components. Vertically upward component is EB sine theta, horizontal component is EB cos theta. Similarly, resolve this second, that is vector EA. So again it will be resolved into two perpendicular components. One is vertically downward component and second perpendicular component will be in the horizontal direction. Again from this triangle, this will be the opposite side. So opposite side will be equal to hypotenuse into sine theta, this side will be similar to this side, and therefore this vertically downward directed component will be EA sine theta. Similarly, from this triangle, this side will represent adjacent side, so that adjacent side will be equal to hypotenuse into cos theta, and therefore again this component will be EA cos theta. So EA will be resolved into two perpendicular components, that is EA sine theta and EA cos theta. Now the vertical components of EB and EA, that is EB sine theta and EA sine theta, will be equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Therefore they will cancel with each other, and therefore the electric field intensity at point P will be due to only these two horizontal components which are directed in the same direction, that is EB cos theta and EA cos theta. The sum of these two will give us the total electric field intensity at this point P, and therefore we can write for any one, that is magnitude of EP, that is this magnitude of total electric field intensity at this point P will be equal to sum of EA cos theta plus EB cos theta, equation number 3. Now we know that EA equal to EB, and therefore in terms of EA or EB we can write 2 times EA cos theta, because both are same, and therefore in place of EB cos theta we can write EA cos theta. So EA cos theta plus EA cos theta equal to 2 EA cos theta. Reason is given here, since EA equal to EB. So that will be equal to, putting value of EA here, we can write 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square plus L square cos theta, equation number 4. So value of E is, that is EA, is placed here in this equation, so that we will get this equation. Now again from triangle APC we have to find out the value of this cos theta, and therefore from this triangle APC cos theta will be equal to, cos theta is equal to adjacent side upon this hypotenuse, that is AC upon this hypotenuse. But we know that this AP square equal to PC square plus AC square, and therefore AP will be equal to square root of PC square plus AC square, that is square root of R square plus L square, and therefore here we have written cos theta equal to AC upon AP. AC is equal to L, and upon AP is square root of R square plus L square. It is written as R square plus L square raised to half. Therefore magnitude of EP will be equal to 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon R square plus L square. This is the value of EP, that is EA or EB, and into 1 upon R square plus L square raised to half. This is the value of cos theta. Now this we will get magnitude of EP will be equal to 2QL upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into R square plus L square raised to 1 will be there, and into R square plus L square raised to half. By the laws of indices we will get it as R square plus L square raised to 3 by 2, because 1 plus half, that is equal to 3 by 2, equation number 5. Now we will use now approximation. If the distance R is very large as compared with L, then L square will be very small, and therefore it will be neglected. L square is neglected because L is very small, then its square will be again too small, and therefore we can write the magnitude of vector EP will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q into 2l upon r cube, because from this relation L square is neglected, therefore we will get r square raised to 3 by 2, that is r cube, and therefore we will get magnitude of vector EP equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q into 2l upon r cube. But this q into 2l, that is electric dipole moment P, and therefore at last we can write magnitude of vector EP will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 P upon r cube. Equation number 6. This electric field intensity will be directed opposite to electric dipole moment P, because P is directed from negative charge to positive charge, and this electric field intensity will be directed from positive charge to negative charge. So this expression will represent the electric field intensity at any point P along the equator of that electric dipole, which is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 P by r cube.